Welcome to spectacular Singapore for the inaugural UIM F1 H2O Nations Cup, an exciting and all-new powerboat series raced on inshore circuits featuring single-seater modified F1 tunnel hull catamarans capable of breathtaking acceleration, high speeds, and exceptional maneuverability. As the name suggests, the emphasis in the UIM Nations Cup Championship is placed not on individual drivers, but on team participation and country success.
This is the first Nations Cup ever organized. We have everything is brand new, and for 2011 we will organize just this race. But for next season we have already 4 countries who have asked to organize Nations Cup, and we are planning to do between 4 and 5 events every year around the world.
To increase participation and keep costs low, each team has provided stock boats that are fitted with the same engines and the same propellers by H2O Racing.
We have exactly the same material and same equipment for every driver. So the result will be that the skill of the drivers will win.
Known as the Lion City, Singapore is a dynamic, multicultural and bustling metropolis where high-tech modernity, tradition and history have molded a harmonious and vibrant social and economic success story. Today, Singapore is one of the world's most important financial centers, boasting one of the world's most affluent and well-educated populations. Singapore also has a rich powerboating history, having hosted the first Formula One race 25 years ago. Now, a quarter of a century later, Singapore's Marina Bay is the ideal setting for the first ever UIM Nations Cup.
I think because Marina Bay is a perfect location, and I mean, look at the surrounding with the buildings and and it's enclosed, so a lot of opportunity for the public and tourists and all that to enjoy the show from anywhere in the bay.
The UIM Nations Cup is a 3-day extravaganza featuring practice, qualifications, a match race, the Grand Prix race, and a whole range of other events, including various shows and lots of partying. The winner of the weekend is decided by the points earned from the best 3 of 4 results over the 2 races, the match race and the Grand Prix race.
The points count for the country and not for the individual driver, so it is a competition between nations. The flag is important for us more than the sponsor.
There are 10 teams, 19 boats, and 23 drivers participating in the UIM Nations Cup Singapore Grand Prix. Boats are allocated to teams by lottery, and they have 2 practice sessions to familiarize themselves with their equipment. Singapore have a team of their own, with Lawrence Wong Seong and Larry Chua Wen Zhang representing the host country in boats number 11 and 12 respectively.
I think it's an honor to drive for my country, because this is the first time that any Singaporean had a chance to be in any Formula One race. And hopefully by doing this we can inspire more younger athletes in Singapore to do this, and hopefully get the government to support us as well.
Huge Middle Eastern rivals Qatar and the United Arab Emirates are also here. Qatar features Khalid Abdullah Al Kuwari and Khalid Saleh Al Shamlan in boats number 3 and 4. While the UAE features F1 star driver Ahmed Al Hameli in boat number 6 and another exceptional F1 driver Majid Al Mansouri in boat number 5. Also from the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, competing with a single boat and driver Naeem Al Kedawi in number 19. Challenging the Middle Eastern might, South Africa, with 2 exceptional and experienced drivers Mark Shepard and Timothy Featherstone in boats number 7 and 8. Europe is represented by Finland's father and daughter pairing of Risto and Meri Painio in boats 14 and 13, and Hungary's young siblings Victor and Cornel Vaux in boats 22 and 21. South American powerboating powerhouse Brazil is comprised of Lebos Ribeiro Chaguri and Paul Geyser in boats 17 and 18. Accompanying Singapore are two other Southeast Asian nations, Brunei and Malaysia. Nordin bin Haji Mohammed and Ismail bin Haji Kabon are Brunei's team in boats 9 and 10, while Malaysia features a father and son pairing, Robert and Kane Fernandez, in boats 15 and 16. The Nations Cup boat is a raw version of the F1 boat and was specifically designed for this series.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Nations Cup boats. They're 5 meters long and 2 meters wide. They're the same as a Formula One boat, but stripped down a little bit. There's no electric steering on the boats, so it's a challenge for all the drivers, and it's all equal in that way.
This time it's cable steering, so it's straight on your arms. The first 3 or 4 laps I felt it, and then it started to ease off. But it's definitely going to come into play in the main race. You're going to find you must probably run in 50 laps like that. And after 50 laps, if you're not fit, you're going to struggle.
That's what Nations Cup is about. It's about the driver.
Well, the engine's supposed to be a stock 200 XS, all right, 2.5 litre with the Optimax system on, which is all good and well. They're nice, solid, reliable engines. So yeah, look, a very good motor. It's a good concept motor to be using for this sort of system. And yeah, look, that's a way forward, I think, because it makes everything equal.
Nations Cup Series, the propellers for the boats, they give each team only 2 propellers, an A and a B, a bigger one and a smaller one in pitch. So the teams have to decide which boat they want to put the bigger one or the smaller one on to make it very challenging for the teams and which driver should have which propeller.
Yeah, we have prop number A. It's a slightly shorter blade, and also the pitch is the angle is different. So if the angle is different, the lower the pitch, we get a better, higher RPM, better pickup out of corners. Prop, which is the B prop, slightly bigger surface area, and the pitch is slightly higher, so we get more top speed actually. But coming out of the corners is it's more heavier, so it depends on the driver also and how heavy the boat is. So it's all straight because we have 2 drivers. One is slightly heavier than the other by, let's say, 8 kilos or so. So that actually plays a good factor for us to do a correct prop testing for our Singapore team.
And about this hull is very similar to a Formula One boat. Is virtually the same, except for this hull has a center pod to it, which with the less power, a little less power, makes the boat bounce up quicker and get off the dock a little better and off the pin a little better. But the downside, it makes it a little more tricky at the top speed and the turns. But it's working very good and the same as a Formula One boat. As appearance and everything.
Qualifying is crucial as it determines the starting lineup for both the match race and the Grand Prix race. The first 2 practice sessions prior to qualifying were an opportunity for less experienced teams and drivers to get accustomed to the boats. The fastest times were set by the UAE, South Africa, and Qatar teams. South Africa's Timothy Featherstone set the second fastest time in the second practice before barrel rolling just before qualifying. Team Brunei's Nordin bin Haji Mohammed also barrel rolled on turn 5, leaving them out of qualifying and as a result, out of the match race. The battle for pole position was between the UAE and Qatar. Majid Al Mansouri set the pace early on with an excellent fastest lap time of 36.87 seconds. Then his teammate Ahmed Al Hameli posted a blistering lap time of 35.33 seconds to take the lead. But Qatari driver Khalid Al Shamlan was not to be outgunned as he stepped up to the plate and nipped Majid Al Mansouri for second place with a fastest lap time of 36.20 seconds. Despite watching his teammate limp off the circuit at the end of second practice, Brunei's Ismail bin Haji Kabon gave the team something to cheer, posting the fourth fastest time in qualifying and finishing ahead of Practice 1 pace setter Team South Africa's Mark Shepard, who made do with fifth place. The last 15 minutes saw a desperate bid from Al Shamlan to take the pole position, but Al Hameli proved too good on the day to take pole ahead of the match race and the Grand Prix race.
And it's a good position for me. I came for it actually. I hope to continue the race tomorrow and win it again.
Risto Painio raced hard to take sixth position. Malaysia's Kane Fernandez was seventh, and Qatar's Khalid Al Kawari eighth. Here are the final qualifying positions. The 2-hour match race sees the top 16 boats from qualifying go head-to-head in a straight knockout elimination.
Oh, it's gonna be nervous actually, but it's gonna be good.
Just hope for the best.
In the match race, two boats race against each other on the same but alternate courses, one lap short, the other long. The boat with a better qualifying time begins in the outside lane and does the long lap first, while the boat on the inside lane takes the short lap. The two boats then cross over, the inside boat coming around and doing the long lap, the outside boat doing the short. The two boats should more or less end up side by side in the final stretch as they do a drag race to the finish of this sudden death showdown. The winners of the first 8 races moved into the quarterfinals, where Al Hameli of the UAE went up against South African Mark Shepard, who had a poor start. Al Hameli went tight around the turns and made no mistakes as he ran away with the victory and moved into the semis. The next quarterfinal matchup was between Qatari Khalid Al Shamlan and Finland's Risto Painio. The irascible Finn was in characteristically fighting mood. But Al Shamlan was just that bit quicker around the turns as he raced away with a ticket into the semifinals. Next up was an interesting duel between Fernandez Racing teammates, Kane Fernandez of Malaysia and Larry Zheng of Singapore. The Malaysian had the better start, but the Singaporean's tight turns made up for lost time. The young Fernandez kept his nerve and raced like a veteran, his sights set on a last 4 position. The two boats came out almost neck and neck from their alternate legs, going into an all-or-nothing final straight, but it was the Malaysian who prevailed. Brunei's number 10, Ismail bin Haji Kabon, claimed the final semi-final slot at the end of a nail-biting and action-packed first 2 rounds that had the crowd on the edge of their seats. The first semi-final, Ahmed Al Hameli of the UAE up against the young Malaysian talent, Kane Fernandez. Al Hameli has a characteristically great start, but Fernandez claws his way back. The Emirati executes some razor-sharp turns, pouring the pressure on his opponent. In the end, Al Hameli is too good, and he claims a place in the final. In the second semi-final, Brunei's Ismail bin Haji Kabon was disqualified for missing a turn buoy in the previous round, and that put Al Shamlan into the final. The final, a classic UAE-Qatar duel for top honors. Great start from both drivers. The boats are neck and neck in the opening straight. The Qatari nudging ahead on the outside lane. But Al Hameli is once again masterful on those turns, cutting valuable time with impressive precision and icy calm.
Right there with him. Oh, he made a bit of a mistake.
Al Shamlan fumbles a little around the long turn. That could cost him dearly.
As it looks like Ahmed.
They come out almost even, but Al Hameli has the momentum, which will take him through to the finish and earn him the match race title.
Managed to get on the podium, which is good. We're hoping for, well, the same luck tomorrow for tomorrow's race.
I pushed very hard, but I'm very happy to finish the second position. For me, it's the first time in this boat, so you know, no more experience. That's good.
He got me in the start. We got him in the top end. They won the match race. It's a good result for me.
Final match race standings. It's Al Hameli of the UAE on top, then Qatar's Al Shamlan. Great result for the young Malaysian who made the podium, and Risto Painio of Finland up in fourth.
Flair.
Tons of angle and smoke on course.
And showmanship.
Look at that!
Judged on execution and style. It's high-powered.
Tremendous run right here.
High-skilled and high-speed entertainment.
Man, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Outdo, outperform, outmaneuver. Taking motorsport to the extreme. Formula Drift 2015 on Edge Sport. Unpredictable winds and rollers. Teams and racers from all over the world descend to battle for the championship.
We scratch, we claw, we do whatever it's got to take.
All allies joining new teams and all rivalries resurfacing.
We fight all day to win the championship.
Are you ready? F1 H2O Powerboat Championship on Edge Sport. 12 events.
Welcome to this magnificent stadium.
16 riders.
Huge crowd, great atmosphere. So here we go. Green lights on.
No brakes, no gears, and no fear.
That is a sensational display. This is good speedway once again.
Welcome to the world of Speedway. Speedway Grand Prix on Edge Sport.
Going into the Grand Prix, it's UAE and Qatar dominating the standings, with Singapore in third place following yesterday's match race. The South Africans have their work cut out for them, with number 8 Featherstone starting in 18th position. The monsoon rain is just pouring down here, but it hasn't dampened the spirit of the crowds who have turned out in force to see this inaugural UIM F1 H2O Nations Cup Grand Prix. The starting lineup: Ahmed Al Hameli of the UAE in pole, then Khalid Al Shamlan in Qatar, Majid Al Mansouri of the UAE, and Ismail bin Haji Kabon of Brunei in fourth. The race will be 45 laps, or a maximum of 45 minutes, with the last lap to be declared in the 43rd minute. A total of 67.05 kilometers. Only seconds to go now as the tension mounts. The race is on! 18 boats thunder down the 600-meter straight to the first turn as they hit speeds of nearly 200 kilometers an hour. You can see just how tough these conditions are for the drivers, with rain, spray, and fogging in the cockpit. Great start from Khalid Al Shamlan of Qatar as he nudges ahead of Al Hameli on the inside. Risto Painio of Finland in 6th position as he tries to keep up with the Middle Easterners. Al Shamlan gets to the first buoy ahead of the pack, followed by Al Hameli of the UAE, Khalid Al Kuwari of Qatar, and Brunei's Ismail bin Haji Kabon in 4th. Al Hameli passes Al Shamlan on the inside of the 3rd turn. UAE reclaims the lead. Qatar bumped to second. Al Mansouri hits a buoy. That'll probably cost him a penalty. Now coming to the end of the first lap, it's number 6, then 4, with 10 pushing for second spot. There's another big UAE versus Qatar fight between Al Mansouri and Al Kuwari in 4th and 5th place. Al Mansouri just staying ahead. Brunei's number 10, Ismail bin Haji Kaban, is in 3rd place, giving the Middle Easterners a run for their money. The Bruneian makes a perfect turn on the 3rd buoy to move into the inside lane and overtake Al Shamlan to claim 2nd position. That is some excellent driving from Kaban. At the end of lap 2, Al Hameli leads. Brunei's bin Kaban in 2nd, then Al Shamlan of Qatar, UAE's Al Mansouri, and Qatari Al Kuwari in 5th. And there's South Africa's Mark Shepherd in 9th position. If number 8 can continue climbing up the field, Team South Africa could still get a podium. Further down the field, the Europeans are trying to break their way into the top 5 as number 14, Risto Painio, staves off the young Cornel Vo of Hungary in number 21. The conditions really are tough here. You have waves bouncing back off the walls of the marina. You have rain, you have wind, you have spray, and your cockpit gets foggy. South Africa's number 8, Featherstone, has been driving furiously to move up the field into 12th position at the end of lap 5. Besides the weather conditions, drivers also have to deal with the sheer difficulty of piloting a craft without power steering for 45 laps while coordinating their throttle, trim, and line on an undulating and treacherous race surface. Brunei's Ismail bin Haji Kaban is making an aggressive move on Al Hameli, giving it his all out there to take the lead. They're going neck and neck on the straight. Brunei on the inside. Can he do it? Brunei has it. Brunei has taken the lead. Kaban overtakes Al Hameli in lap 7. What a stunning performance from the Bruneian. This is unbelievable stuff here. What a race this is turning out to be. Qualifying and match race winner, F1 star, and race favorite Ahmed Al Hameli of the UAE is in an unfamiliar position now as he chases Brunei number 10 to reclaim the lead. The UAE and Qatar teams are stunned. What is going on? Saudi driver Naim Al-Kadawi is locked in battle at the back with finish number 13, Mary Painio, the only female driver here. The Singaporean team has had a somewhat disappointing race so far, but it's still a promising performance from number 11, Lawrence Young, and number 12, Larry Zheng, who are experienced F3000 drivers, but are competing in F1 boats for the first time. Going into lap 16, Brunei's Ismail bin Haji Kaban maintains his lead over the UAE and Qatari boats. Both the Qatari drivers are also racing in F1 boats for the first time, and so far their performance has been outstanding. Oh no! Brunei number 10 is in trouble! Ismail bin Haji Kaban has come to a halt! What a cruel blow! And right behind him, Brazil number 18 flips. Paul Geiser is out of the race. The race has been yellow flagged. The race will restart with number 6 Al Hameli of the UAE in the lead, then Al Shamlan of Qatar in 2nd, and number 5 Al Mansouri in 3rd. The race restarts on lap 22. There's the green flag. The race is back on. Once again, it's a UAE versus Qatar drag race at the start. Another barrel roll! This time it's Singapore, number 11, Lawrence Young! Dear oh dear, that's another yellow flag! The rescue team rushed to the driver's aid as the boat bobs up and down in the waves. This is such a cruel blow for the Singaporeans as Lawrence Young is attended to. And now it's a second restart. This time in lap 32, the lineup, UAE number 6, then Qatar 4, and UAE 5 in 3rd. There they go again. Al Hamili in the lead. Al Shamlan chasing hard, going neck and neck with Al Mansouri. You'll sometimes see these drivers going wide off their ideal lines around these turns. The reason being that they have to read wind and water conditions and negotiate waves and the wake of other boats, all of which can make their line vary. Number 5 is going all out, trying to overtake Number 4 as they engage in a head-to-head drag race to the turn. The UAE-Qatar rivalry has become a fixture in the world of powerboating, whether it be F1, XCAT, or Class 1 racing, and it looks like the UIM Nations Cup will be no exception. With just minutes to go, Al Hamili has opened up a comfortable lead. Number 21 flips over in lap 36. It's the young Hungarian Cornel Vo. Another yellow flag. It looks like he's okay. Here it is again in slow motion. These sharp and fast turns are particularly treacherous. Due to the 45-minute time limit, the race is restarted on the final lap. And the winner of the UAM Nations Cup Singapore Grand Prix, Ahmed Al Hamili of the United Arab Emirates. Qatari Al Shamlan, a well-deserved runner-up, with teammate Khalid Al Kuwari third, following Al Mansouri's penalty for missing a buoy.
Yeah, it was a really hard race, too rough water, you know. Yeah, for sure it's the first Nation Cup and one of the series. I think it's a great feeling for me. I'm very happy for my team, everything.
I feel very happy because I finished second. I tried to push very hard, but you know, you see the weather, you cannot see. And I keep staying in the second position so I not lose my race.
Brunei's Ismail bin Haji Kabon could take solace in 7th place. UAE wins the team trophy. Qatar takes 2nd place, and South Africa's Shepherd and Featherstone produce a gutsy performance to make it on the podium. And that wraps up the first UIM F1 H2O Nations Cup. See you next year for an action-packed season.